Hello, my dear students. Myself, BK Singh, your chemistry teacher from Oriental Public School, Kishanganj. Dear students, during last video we had discussed element in descriptive way, their types also. Today we are going to discuss about compounds. So today, students, we are going to discuss compound, and first of all, we'll understand what is compound. So compounds are those pure substances which are formed by the combination of two or more elements in a fixed proportion by mass. So in uh, water instrument we can see how the uh, proportion is fixed. So for that one we can see in water. In water instrument the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 1 is to 8. That is fixed. Whatever its sources may be, it doesn't matter the sources. So see students, water is made up of one molecule of water is made up of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. So two hydrogen atom, its mass is 2u, because one hydrogen atom has 1 unit of mass, so two hydrogen atom will have 2 unit mass, and one oxygen atom will have 16u of mass. So the mass ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in water, if we'll calculate, we'll have to write 2u by 16u, that is after cancellation. At top 1 and as a denominator 8 will get, that is 1 by 8, and we can write in ratio 1 is to 8. So thus student, the ratio of mass of different constant of compound are fixed, and here also it is fixed. So there are many more examples also, and these are like calcium carbonate, glucose, copper sulfate, sodium hydrogen carbonate. These are some example of compounds. Now students will discuss uh, types of compound. Types of compound, students. So students, we can categorize the compounds on different basis in different categories. First of all, on the basis of formation, student, we can categorize all the compounds into two types, and these are ionic compound and covalent compound. Students, ionic compound is also said as electrovalent compound, and covalent compound is also known by molecular compound. So students, ionic compound example are sodium chloride, calcium chloride, and covalent compound the examples are hydrogen chloride, ammonia, and carbon dioxide. Now student will discuss on the basis of origin. It can be categorized into two types, students, and these are organic compound and inorganic compound. So first of all, in organic compound, students, so the word organ relate to different organs of living things, students. Therefore, organic compounds are the compounds which are obtained from living beings, that is plants and animals. And it has been found that all the organic compounds contain carbon as their essential constituents. The organic compounds are quite often known as carbon compounds. And next one is inorganic compound, students. The inorganic compounds, these compounds have been mostly obtained from non-living sources like rocks and minerals. And now after this one, student, we can categorize compound on the basis of properties. So students, on the basis of properties can be categorized into three types, and these are acids, bases, and salts. And students, we should know that when acid and base react, they forms a salt. Here there is one example, that sodium hydroxide, which is base, and hydrochloric acid, which is acid, when these two combine together, they form sodium chloride plus water. So here students, sodium chloride is salt. I think you know that sodium chloride, that is common salt which we use at home to prepare different type of dishes. And now students will discuss characteristics of compounds. Students, the first characteristics of compound is a pure compound is composed of the same element obtained in a fixed ratio by mass. Students, as we mentioned earlier, in a compound the same elements are always present in fixed ratio by mass, whatever may be its mode of formation. For example, we can take in carbon dioxide, students, two elements, carbon and oxygen, are present in the ratio of 3:8 by mass, and this ratio will always remain the same, whatever may be the source of formation of carbon dioxide. And next one, student, is a pure compound is homogeneous in nature. Pure compound is homogeneous in nature. So, a pure compound is usually a single substance made up of certain elements, and these cannot be seen even with the help of a powerful microscope. For example, in water, the two elements, hydrogen and oxygen, cannot be identified by any physical method. So, we can also say that a pure compound is a homogeneous. Next property, student, third, that is chemical compound is formed as a result of uh, as a result of chemical reaction between the constituents elements. So here, students, a compound cannot be formed by simply mixing the elements present. These are combined with each other as a result of some chemical reaction. For example, one method of preparing carbon dioxide is to burn coke in air. If carbon will burn in the presence of air, it will form carbon dioxide. After this, student, we will see the fourth property, that is properties of a compound are altogether different from the elements from which it is formed. So students, for this one we will take the example of water. You know, students, if we will use first of all, water is made up of two constant elements, and these are hydrogen and oxygen. You know, students, hydrogen is highly combustible substance, and oxygen, this one is supporter of combustion. So students, one of the constraint of water is highly combustible substance, another is supporter of combustion. So definitely, student, if we'll put these two constraints separately in fire, so what will happen, do you know? It will enhance the fire. And students, now we will discuss the property of water which has formed from these constant elements. So students, if we'll put this water on fire, so what will happen, student? Actually, uh, it had to become more influenced, vigorous, because two substance, that is a highly combustible substance and supporter of combustion, both are there. But no student, in this case, if we'll put on water on fire, it will extinguish the fire. The water is a fire extinguisher. So here, the property of water is completely different from its constituent element hydrogen and oxygen. Fifth property, student, that is constituents of a chemical compound cannot be separated mechanically. So students, a compound, as we know, is formed as a result of a chemical reaction. Its constituent elements can be separated by means of chemical reaction and not mechanically. For example, hydrogen, oxygen, the constituent of water, cannot be separated from it by passing physically, but it can be separated from it by passing electric current. So this is known as electrolysis of water. Next property is, student, sixth property, that is formation or decomposition of compound involves energy. So energy, students, energy in the form of heat, light or electricity is either absorbed or evolved in the formation of a compound. For example, hydrogen and chlorine gas combine in the presence of sunlight to form hydrogen chloride gas. And students, that is this hydrogen gas, when react with chlorine gas, it forms hydrogen chloride gas. The same happens when a compound decomposes. Now see here, instead silver chloride, when it is put in sunlight, it gets separated. That means it forms silver plus chlorine. And in the same way, silver bromide also, if kept in sunlight, it gets separated into silver plus bromine. So in the decomposition, here what is happening? It absorbs energy in the form of light. After this, student, we will discuss the difference between element and compounds, and elements and compounds, student. So here, what are the differences between elements and compounds? So student, first of all, elements, see, we can see here elements. So an element present only one type of atoms, example sulfur atom. And students, whereas a compound represents only one type of chlorine molecule. And an element is made up of one type of atoms only, whereas a compound may be made up of same or different atoms. For example, oxygen molecules, carbon dioxide molecules. Next is an element cannot be broken into anything simpler than it by either physical or chemical method, whereas the constituting element in a compound can be separated by suitable chemical reactions. And next is the elements have certain characteristics, property of their own, whereas constituting elements in a compound lose their own characteristics. Okay, students. So here, till here only we have discussed in this video, and in our next video we'll discuss mixture in detail. And thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe.